Yo, Hendo here, the average use Slo-Pitch. Today we're getting a chance to bring out another senior bat. We've got the short porch wig popper, the whiteout. This is a 12-inch barrel. It's loaded, so it's obviously got that little bit of an end load on it. Feels mostly kind of like those half-ounce end loads. And then this is short porch's kind of newer Kevlar tech as well. So we're gonna go ahead and throw this thing on the tester just so you can kind of see where it starts at. I know currently Senior Ball is not testing. They're going to be moving to testing here in the near future. I believe 140 is going to be the pass-fail line, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but I think I looked that up and that's what it's going to sit at. So with this one today, we're swinging a 26.5 ounce of this. I've got my buddy Wally out here. He's going to be our senior player for the day. Since he's by himself, I'm not going to make him put all the swings on this, especially if we test it and it starts a little bit higher, which we've seen with some senior bats near that kind of 200 mark or so. Try to bring that thing down, get it closer to like 175 to really have it broken in. With that being said, once we get the swings on there, we'll let you know kind of how many swings we took on it. Then we'll get a final compression just so you can see where it's at, if it's kind of game ready or if it needs more swings. Then we'll come back with final thoughts and I'll bring Wally on to kind of give his 2 cents on that as well. All right, let's just see where this short porch whiteout starts at. I know I watched Big Chef's video on this here recently as well, so interested to see if it's kind of the norm for all of these. But either way, our initial starting point is at 220. So actually not too bad, especially for a senior bat. We'll go ahead and throw our swings on there, come back with final compression, final thoughts.
90 miles per hour. 98 miles per hour. 95 miles per hour. 98 miles per hour. 94 miles per hour.
All right, we've got the senior model short porch whiteout. Since Wally today's our only old guy out here for the over 40 portion, I'm gonna kind of help him break this thing in a little bit with it being at 220 starting compression. After his swings, we went and checked it, got it down to like 210. So we're gonna try to get this thing a decent amount lower, ideally 175, and then if not, a little lower than that, and then let him kind of swing it again. But let's throw some swings on it, see how it feels, and get my chance to swing another senior bat.
109 miles per hour. 102 miles per hour.
Well, here's what you expect from a senior bat. Oh, he almost hit the street on the fly finally. Came up like 5 feet short like a loser.
107 miles per hour. 108 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's good enough there. So again, I mean, just like I would expect with a senior bat, especially now that it seems like compression's coming down. Sweet spot to me feels like it's opening up pretty good. With being a one piece, you can definitely tell when you catch high, catch low, you get the feedback, obviously towards the hands, stings a little bit, but obviously the ball's coming off good. It's got good overall feedback, good sound. Let's go see where it's testing at real quick. And then before Wally hits, I'll let him tell you guys what that number was at for you guys.
95 miles per hour. 93 miles per hour. 95 miles per hour. 93 miles per hour. 87 miles per hour. 95 miles per hour. 99 miles per hour. 89 miles per hour. 92 miles per hour.
All right, let's see where our short porch Kevlar whiteout senior bat tests at here at the end. Again, I know testing doesn't apply everywhere in senior yet, but at some point it's going to. So just to give you an idea, this thing started right around 220, if I'm not mistaken. Before our kind of final 50 to 60 swings, it was right at 200. So interested to see where this thing's gonna end up for us. And we got it down to pretty much right at 175, which we probably put pretty darn close to 200 swings on this thing. No 52s, all of them were 44 375s. Wally, we let him take the majority of them, obviously, so he took probably about 100 swings total today. I myself got about 50, and then the other guys out here, I'm down another 50 because we were purposely trying to see what we can get this compression down to get it kind of on par with some of those other senior bats. So Wally had to bounce a little bit early. He's a firefighter. He was on call, got called in. So we'll go ahead and wrap up the final thoughts, and I'll kind of give you what he told me about this bat. All right, and that's going to do it for our short porch wig popper, the whiteout. Again, this is that senior bat Kevlar tech that Short Porch uses, 12-inch barrel loaded, so it's going to be kind of like your half-ounce end load type of bats. If you're not familiar with Short Porch, just know they're similar to Juno, where they don't use all that extra counterweight towards the handle. So when you go ahead and you order, let's say like this loaded model, you're going to get more of that heavier half-ounce to almost full-ounce feel. And then when you order like the balanced models, you're going to get more of that mid-load to half-ounce feel. So just something to keep in mind. Either way, I love the way they do the weighting, just like I love the way Juno does the weighting. So when you decide to order your bats, if you've been somebody who's been swinging a half-ounce in, let's say like DeMarini, for instance, like let's say you swing them the Yates, I would then go down 1 ounce on the Short Porch to kind of get that same weighting at that point. But with that being said, obviously we don't see Wally here. He's a firefighter. He was on call. He got called out of here. Luckily, we got the swings we needed from him. Let him kind of throw a whole bunch on here. As you kind of heard in the final test, he got nearly 100 swings, if not a little bit more total with this today. We had him keep kind of cycling through whenever he was ready. I got a chance to take about 50 or 60, trying to help him really bring that compression down. A lot of the top senior bats I've seen on the market were at like 175 mark or lower, so we wanted to get as close to that as possible. Obviously, we ended at 175, and then we let Junior and Keith take some swings as well, just to really kind of bring this thing down. So even at about the 200 swing mark, like you saw, we're still sitting 175. If I'm not mistaken, I believe 140 is going to be the new standard for senior bats when they start testing. If that number's wrong, I do apologize. I looked at it earlier. It's been a long day already prior to even coming out here for the reviews, so brain's a little bit fried at this point. But with that being said, relaying kind of what Wally told me. Again, we kind of talked about this. Wally has primarily stuck to swinging USSSA 240 bats even during senior ball, so not a ton of experience with senior bats. But he did say as we got more and more swings on this, he felt like the sweet spot was kind of up there with that combat that we swung recently. So the combat senior bat, the mint model there. Where he kind of felt like he liked personally the combat better was he felt the combat was a little more forgiving, which for me I think makes sense for him. I've known Wally for a long time. I know which bats he's swung. He's been a big Easton fan, Mikan fan, things like that. And so I know the combat senior bat swung pretty similar to those, where yes, it's a one piece, but you're getting a lot of that two piece forgiveness. You're not getting kind of the stiffer feel off the hands, things like that. So it does make sense that that's kind of the way he was leaning there as well. For me, I do agree that I think the combat was more forgiving of the two. However, this was definitely the hotter sweet spot for me as well, especially with that combat testing even lower. My personal best, which again, I get it, it's a senior bat, but we were able to hit 115 with this, hit 114 a few times. I think with the combat, it topped out at 114. So, I mean, close. We're talking about 1 mile per hour differences, time of day, all that kind of stuff can change that. But as far as what the sweet spot felt like to me, I really liked the feel on this one. Felt smooth through the zone. Again, this was a 26.5, which for me with their weighting on it, felt nearly perfect for that as well. And then again, I really like kind of the 12.5 inch barrels. So this also shortens that barrel up a little bit from the senior bat that we swung as well, which to me, when you get those shorter barrels, the sweet spots are typically hotter and you do kind of forfeit some of that forgiveness at times. And this was the perfect example of that. But if you're looking for a senior bat that is going to be durable, it's going to last for you, this is probably where I would go. Now, good friends with Marcus over there on Big Chef Softball. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, check out his YouTube channel. He does great reviews. He does pretty much all the senior bats. We're going to start getting senior bats knocked out when we can. But again, I've got to get guys that are able to come out that actually play senior ball. I don't think you want to see myself, Junior, who are both 33, 34, swinging senior bats. But I know on his, I don't remember exactly how many swings they took. This one did drop pretty fast. I think he ended around 120. So just something to keep in mind. He's out there in Florida, so also shouldn't have been cold for him. For us today, we had nearly 70 degrees 2 days before Christmas, so not really sure what New Mexico's doing. Last year it was freezing and had a little bit of snow on the ground. So either way, just know things are going to change here and there. I'm not sure exactly which balls they use, all that kind of stuff. Again, check out his review. But from my experience so far, other than an admitted flaw from Short Porch with kind of the blackout wig popper, I haven't seen really many issues with the actual breaking of Short Porch's senior bats. But I'm also newer kind of to some of these senior bats themselves, other than watching kind of Marcus's reviews over there on Big Chef. So just something to keep in mind there. Either way, this is in stock over at headbangersports.com and Short Porch. If you decide to grab this over at Headbangers, you want like expedited shipping, best price, all that kind of stuff, reach out to me. I'll get you squared away. We've got some discounts going on right now with the holidays, especially with kind of expedited shipping stuff. Obviously, it's too late for Christmas, but I can try to get you overnight shipping, 2-day shipping, the best price possible. Or if you want to just order it yourself, discount code ADS is going to give you a discount here on this one. And then over on Short Porch, the discount code is DUDE, D-U-D-E. So either way, hopefully this kind of helped you decide whether or not maybe you want to pick this up. Maybe you've been swinging Short Porch, you want to stick with the Short Porch you currently have, go with a different Short Porch, whatever it might be. But either way, hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully this is informative for you. And we're going to do our best to kind of keep bringing you some senior bats out here. I'm going to keep trying to bring Wally out. You've seen Tooney and Mike, hopefully on the previous combat senior bat we did. So we do have some guys that we can come out. PK is going to come back out here with us once he gets done with some stuff he's been taking care of as well. So we should be able to kind of roll a lot more of these out for you here in the near future. But either way, we appreciate you supporting the channel. Allows us to obviously keep doing this. Plan to bring you a whole bunch more content here throughout 2025. Thanks for checking out the video. Have a great day.